Greetings metalheads and welcome to No Nonsense Metal Reviews. I'm George and today I'm back with another new release review, or a fairly new release anyway, but an interesting one that I definitely thought is well worth recommending, well worth doing a review for, because to be honest, this is a pretty exceptional album. I can't really liken it to too many other bands or too many other releases. It's certainly a bit of a standout this year for me. The album in question is the most recent release from Dutch, I believe they're Dutch anyway, from the Netherlands, Phlebotomized, which is a pretty cool name to be honest. And this is entitled Clouds of Confusion. And it's got a great bit of artwork there. Really nice. Out on Hammerheart Records in this lovely digipack CD format. Really high quality piece, and I couldn't really quite help myself but pick up this lovely vinyl version as well. It's just a black vinyl, but it's a really nice piece, and I stumbled upon this completely by chance. It was actually while purchasing a few other recent releases on Amazon that this came up as recommended, and both the CD and the vinyl were very inexpensive. I think I got both of them together for less than £20. So to me, that's a pretty good deal. I couldn't really help myself. Love it. So I picked this up and I had no prior knowledge of Phlebotomized. No idea about their supposedly illustrious career, as it says on the little sticker on the outer sleeve here. Dutch progressive death metal legends Phlebotomized at the peak of their 30-year career. I had no idea about that. However, I have been more than pleasantly surprised with Clouds of Confusion, with its awesome album cover. This is a really good album. I think that progressive death metal is a fairly apt tag for this. It's a fairly good description. I think that it's very out there. It's very ambient stuff. There's a lot of technicality there. It's certainly very progressive. It's certainly death metal at times. We get some serious, good death metal vocals. And it is actually a pretty brutal album at times. But we also get no shortage of incredible sort of melodies as well. Really beautiful harmonies. Amazing keys and kind of like synth sounds in the background. It's an absolute whirlwind of a performance, it really is. But I have to say, the quality of the musicianship, of the songwriting, of just the whole composition is absolutely stunning. It's quite a big band, in fact. You've got 7 members here from the look of it. So there's the lineup of Phlebotomized. Particularly good vocals stand out from Ben there. We've got Tom doing the clean backing vocals and clean and steel string guitar. We've got Dennis on guitars. We've got Thies on lead and clean guitars. We've got Rob on synths and piano. Andre on bass and Alex on drums. These guys are all very good musicians. Very, very good musicians indeed. You certainly cannot fault it. And if they have been around for 30 years, then I regret not coming across Phlebotomized sooner, because this is a freaking great album. A bit of a strange one. We kick off with a track, sort of an intro piece, if you like, entitled Burn My Heart. Now, Burn My Heart is a truly beautiful intro piece. Some really, really emotive sort of keys and strings there. It's a real fantastic standout intro. It does build to a heavier kind of progressive element there, and more of a death metal approach. But it brings lots of different kind of things to mind. It's almost got like the power and the melody of bands like Fallujah, technical death metal. We even get the kind of the deeply emotive, almost like melancholic melodies of a band like My Dying Bride at times. It's a real roller coaster and a real cocktail of different kind of sounds and styles here. When it says progressive death metal, we're not talking Inherent Disease or Defeated Sanity. We're talking far more on the orchestral, epic, grand style and sound. Then we're into Alternate Universe, which is broken down into was that 4 parts? Yeah, I guess or 4 parts, Cloud 2 to 5, whatever that means, but really interesting track, very progressive. It's very out there. Again, we've got the big sort of death metal elements there, but it's pretty intricate stuff. Then we have a short sort of interlude piece before a pretty short, sharp track in the form of Desolate Wasteland, which is heavy. But then we're into track 5, which is a real standout, which is Destined to be Killed. That is definitely a bit more of a bludgeoning track. Again, we do have lots of different layers, lots of different textures, loads of different elements going on there, lots of different things kind of thrown into the mix. But it's an absolute stunner. Another real standout would be Pillar of Fire, the 6th track there, which is absolutely crushing. We've got some amazing guitar work on these tracks. I mean, like truly blinding guitar work. Similarly with Burn My Heart Reprise as well, which is a longer rendition. Again, it's got the epic melodies, beautiful harmonies, massive builds. It's so mesmerizing. And it really is sort of emotive music. It's the sort of music you can really submerge yourself into, close your eyes and just really feel and embrace that kind of that emotive, melancholic energy. A real stunner. Then we're on to Death Will Hunt You Down, which again is much more on the progressive side. A lot of intricacy there, quite a bit of technicality. As I say, if you like your sort of prog metal, then you're certainly in the right place. You'll be very comfortable with this. A Unity, Your Messiah Preclaimed brings a good combination of abrasive death metal, really hard-hitting death metal, and more progressive elements in there. Dawn of Simplicity is an absolute beast of a track. That's one of the heaviest tracks on this album, without a doubt. Really crushing riff work there. Vocals are bestial, really monstrous vocal style there. Before our rather grand closing track, Context is for Kings, Stupidity and Mankind, which kind of closes things off in a very multi-layered, multi-textured, kind of pace-changing, progressive death track. Very good, but it's a little bit of a brain melter. And I would say that although this is progressive death metal, it's not overly technical to the point where you can't kind of enjoy it and headbang along to it. There's definitely plenty of fist-pumping, headbanging moments that you can definitely delve into and enjoy there. It's got it all. It's a good combination. And I've said numerous times in the past on the channel, prog isn't necessarily my sort of thing. And I think that progressive death metal is certainly a bit of a grey area in my mind. But I do enjoy some progressive death metal. Bands like I've mentioned, and Inherit Disease, for example. I suppose that bands such as Cattle Decapitation also incorporate a lot of different kind of progressive elements in there, and it works. But Phlebotomized, the way they do it, really works, but it sounds so much grander, and it sounds so epic. I think it's the synths and the keys, the pianos, the way it builds, and it just sounds absolutely fantastic. So I'm pleased that I took a total wild card chance on this, because like I say, I'd never heard of Phlebotomized, or if I had, it certainly didn't really stick in the mind. And looking back over their catalogue, they've got quite a lot of different releases. They've got a number of albums, not that many for a 30-year career from what I saw anyway. I don't know if there's been hiatuses and stuff. Not really all that sure on the backstory of the band, on Phlebotomized history, but I have ordered a copy of one of their other studio albums, the album prior to this one. So I look forward to hearing that as well. Maybe then I'll be able to, give a bit more of an opinion. But as a standalone, this is a freaking great album. I think there's a lot of elements in there that do remind me of Fallujah, certainly in the way that they build these massively beautiful, sort of atmospheric, orchestral, progressive parts into their music. It's really stunning, and it really does hit you right in the heartstrings. Definitely really beautiful music. But when this album, when Clouds of Confusion becomes heavy, it becomes really, really freaking heavy. And I must say that Hammer Heart Records have done a really fine job on these lovely high quality packages. because this is heavy vinyl and it's a really nice gatefold as well. A really nice gatefold there. You've got your lyrics, you've got your your profile of the band there. Same with this lovely digipack CD. It's a really nice, like 6-panel piece here. Really cool. And I would definitely recommend this album for any death metal fan, to be honest. Anyone that likes a little bit of decent harmony and melody in their death metal. If you like it brutal, there's those sorts of elements in there as well. But approach it with an open mind, I would say, because to be honest, I had absolutely no idea what to expect, and when I heard it, I did not know how to interpret it. But I've listened to this album so many times over the last sort of couple of weeks. I think I've had this in my collection for about 2 weeks now, and I've listened to it, I don't know, about 20 times. Freaking loving it. It's a great album, start to finish. Not overly long. It's somewhere in the sort of 40-minute mark. Totally worth it. Absolutely brilliant. So if you like progressive music, if you like prog, if you like death metal, if you like extreme, if you just like brilliant music and extreme music, then check out Clouds of Confusion, the latest album from Dutch death metalers, Phlebotomized. They've got a great logo, I have to admit. That looks to me like a death metal band logo. That just screams death metal, and it certainly does have plenty of death heaviness. So check it out. Phlebotomized, Clouds of Confusion. What are your thoughts on this album if you've heard it? If you've not, I really do implore you to check it out. It's well worth listening to. If you're a Phlebotomized fan already, more familiar with their catalogue, please do recommend some albums I need to check out, or other material that I need to check out of theirs, because I'm digging this a lot. Thanks for watching, my friends. Please do check out Phlebotomized and Clouds of Confusion. I know I'm going to be doing my homework a little bit more on them. But thanks for watching, my friends. Feel free to like and subscribe. Please do check back soon for more reviews and recommendations of all the good, heavy things. Above all, my friends, do take care of yourselves and stay heavy.